Hey guys, this is Sage Wisdom. Oh, my mic is here, and I'm here to do a reading for the Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, but specifically Sun sign of Aries. Okay, so this is a general reading. It's not specific to a particular person, but it's supposed to give guided messages for when you're listening to this message. Okay, so just take it how it resonates, and we'll go from there. So I'm going to start with your overall energy. And then I'm going to go into the actual tarot spread that I have, and I get some closing advice for you guys. If you feel like this reading resonates with you at any point, just hit that thumbs up to show support to my channel. I appreciate it very much. So thank you for tuning in. So let's get started. Thank you, God, for this opportunity to read for the sun sign of Aries. Looking at Moon, Rising, and Venus signs of Aries. Calling in my spiritual team, the High Council, my ancestors and spirit guides, and all those energies and entities that's of light and love, that's for the highest good for the Aries. Asking them to tune into that higher realm where the messages come from source through me to the collective. Thanking God for this opportunity. In Jesus' name we pray, amen. All right, Aries. Okay, so in your overall energy, the first card that you have is the Nourishment card. And the Nourishment card is talking about choosing to nourish your mind and your body and your soul at this time. Like giving back to yourself emotionally, pouring into your own strengths, your weaknesses, so you can figure out what those are and build something better as a result of that. Because every time it's something that we're not great at, it's something that that we're not like 100% sure of ourselves with. When we look at those things, like looking inward to those things, and we pour into ourselves and nurture ourselves, we get clear on how we need to correct a problem. So it's like doing a deep analytical work to get clear on how to correct a situation. And a lot of this depends solely on paying attention to you, paying attention to your health, how you feel physically and emotionally. So are you feeling like headachy and low energy, or are you feeling like drained, or not feeling like you getting what you want from a situation or a person? That's what you ask yourself. Because when you feel in that sense of lack in terms of yourself, you feel like you're not getting what you need, sometimes those emotions can turn to jealousy or being envious of a situation when you're looking at another person that has what you wish that you had. So you have to ask yourself, what is it that you want? What is it that you're hungering for? You know what I'm saying? What is it that's going to nurture you to make you feel better about you? That's the energy right there. So always lining up with what your values are in life, and finding a way to bring energy to nourish those aspects of yourself, which is your values. Okay, when you don't do this, you tend to go in a direction of like overreacting, or like being anxious, or feeling irritable, or feeling stuck, is what they're saying. So or it can be turned in a different way, where you use food as a crutch, and like nourishment becomes the overindulgence and you overeating. You know what I'm saying? Like you're eating to satisfy something that's missing within you. That's what Spirit is saying, okay? So they want you to gain insight and clarity on what it is that's lacking within you that needs to be nourished. And they want you to nourish that aspect of you, okay? Okay. The next card that you have in your overall energy is growth. And it's talking about always learning to move forward. Because sometimes we get stuck in our own minds about things, and we go back and forth, and we just sort of like battle with ourselves, like trying to figure out, should I do this, should I not? You know what I'm saying? So in that little battle that you have with yourself, is like you get kind of stagnant because you're juggling idea, but you're not really taking anything to bring the ideal into the reality. That's what Spirit is saying. So they want you to work on getting unstuck and take action. So now's about the time. Once you figure out what it is that you're craving, okay, with the Nourishment card, what is you want, they want you to make the steps and make a plan to make that thing that you're craving become a reality, where it's tangible, that you can have it and that you can feel nourished. So that's growth, figuring out what it is. But as you go through this, it's going to be some changes that have to be made in your life. So it might not be the easiest. And that's why people go back and forth. They juggle with an idea because they know the action it requires to make this thing become a reality is going to require some work on your own part. And which means you're going to have aim and purpose. You know what I'm saying? Once you figure out what you're lacking, you got to have a plan and a purpose and a way that you're going to be led to do this plan, it has to be on a forefront. And so it's more like action orientation, okay? All right, the next card in the overall energy is self-love. So whatever this is about showing compassion towards self and releasing the anxiety and the stress that's associated with getting to this part where you love yourself and not worrying about the environment around you. So it's about empowerment. And empowerment starts with you. It starts inside and it goes out. So however you feel, whatever you feel, that's why you might be seeing in your world the things that you feel negatively about, because you're not feeling enough love for yourself. So it's like the universe or a person could be mirroring how you feel. So if you notice that, it's something that needs to be changed from within. Okay. They're also saying it could just be meaning like they don't want you to compare yourself with other people, and they're saying that you are enough already. So if you can recognize that, you're smart enough, you're pretty enough, you know what I'm saying, you're just the right size, you're just the right shape. Is that type of energy. Okay. Yep. So make yourself enough first. So stop comparing, stop being in competition with other people, and just kind of make yourself first. Okay. All right. So that's the overall energy. Now let's go into the actual tarot here that we have. Okay, let's see. All right. So we have the Ten of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles. And the Ten of Wands always speaks of feeling like you're carrying responsibility or you're burdened down by a situation, okay? And it's talking about the weight being on your shoulders, and you need to make some kind of effort to kind of move into a different direction. So in this case with the Ten of Wands, I feel like it means that you're in your head so much, or you're putting all this pressure on yourself to be something different than who you are, and who you already are is already great. So it's like they want you to take that energy where you're like focusing on what's wrong or what should be, or comparing energy, and use it to make yourself more determined and better to get to a different phase in your life. So they want you to look at what are the steps, what's my approach to my beliefs. Like why am I feeling this way? Why am I thinking this way? You know what I'm saying? That they want you to like dig into that. Like why am I feeling and thinking this way? And how can I change my approach to use that energy to make the negative way that I'm looking at myself or situations, use that energy to make me determined to bring out the better aspect of myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, how can I love myself enough, and how can I project that energy instead of projecting this energy of fear, lack, or comparison, or less, I'm feeling less than, to something that's better than that. Okay. So they want you to increase who you are, increase like your beauty, but this is not a superficial thing. It's like from inside. It's about loving self, appreciating self, caring for self, nourishing self. So whatever it is that you feel like you don't have, give it to yourself, is what they're saying. Okay. So that's the energy I'm getting from the Ten of Wands and the Ace of Cups here. Okay. So the energy really is with the Ace of Cups, expanding past your current limited mindset, and then going to a different phase in your life. So 10 also represents ending. So like ending of a cycle, ending of a rough, heavy, dramatic cycle is what it's saying. And as you end this cycle, it's going to have a domino effect in your life, where everything's is a new opportunity is going to present, a new door is going to open, but you have to make a choice to be determined to end it, so that you can expand and move into a different phase in your life. And it starts with loving yourself, nourishing yourself, taking care of you, taking care of your needs, period. Okay. All right. So the energy that's around you, Aries, you have the World, but the World is reversed, and then you have the Three of Wands. So the World normally talks about the world normally talks about like a change, like traveling, moving to a different space, or like also like ending of a cycle, like you said, the world when it's upright. But what they're saying is it means like advance into a different state, completing a cycle. You know what I'm saying? But because it's reversed, it's like you guys are having trouble completely ending some type of cycle, because you're stuck in the energy where you're lacking some type of understanding. But you may think the understanding has to do with another person or a lover, or maybe you're confusing like strong sexual energy or passion towards a person with love, and those are two different things. Lust and love are two different things. But if you're looking for love, but you're applying you're looking for love, but you're doing things that's not in line with loving yourself, it's going to be difficult to find the love. So they need you to get strategic on how you're going to make whatever it is that you want to manifest into reality become reality. And a lot of you, if it's in terms of heartbreak and in terms of love, they want you to gain a different perspective on the situation. Um, they need you to increase your knowledge. Okay, so when you do that, it'll change the energy around, because you're increasing your knowledge of what you want for yourself. And I'm thinking about the new year, and I'm thinking about like writing a list of manifestations, what you want for 2023, for example. And I'm also thinking of a vision board. So it's like getting clear, like if it's in terms of a love relationship, a financial or business partnership, friendship, family relationship, whatever it's in terms of, get your theme, you know what I'm saying, and start either making a list through your manifestation list for the 2023 year, or it could be like making a vision board if you're more visual, about like cutting out little pictures from different magazines or different books, or printing out stuff from the internet that kind of represents the type of life that you want. Okay, but they're also saying, instead of just that, they're saying changing your perspective, changing how you approach people and situations. You know what I'm saying? So if you're wanting deep, committed relationship, a loving partner, but you're focused on like sexual energy and just passion and attraction, that might not always attract the type of thing that you're looking for. So you have to get real with yourself and do the things that matches with what you're trying to achieve, is what they're saying. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. Okay. Okay, let's look at aspects of this energy. Okay, you got the Empress, and again, that's aligning with getting in contact with nourishing yourself, but in some ways it may talk about taking care of somebody else. Like, I don't know if you have children, I don't know if you're in a co-parenting relationship with a partner. I don't know. I feel like it's you kind of restricted in a sense, and you're kind of confused. It's a difficult situation where maybe it's one person that's dodging responsibility. So maybe, I'm saying, it could be for some of you Aries, it could be a co-parenting relationship, and things are not the best right now. But Spirit is saying things are improving. And if it's a co-parenting relationship where you're having issues with the person you had a child with, and y'all like managing things together and being on the same page as parents, they're saying, again, write the list. Strategize on how to, because even if you like are separated from your person, or if you're married to your person, you're always gonna have different approaches to how to do a certain thing, how to raise your kid. You know what I'm saying? Have different views, different values, because we all brought up differently. You know what I'm saying? And the way we were brought up kind of affected who we are today. Sometimes people be brought up one way, but then they are a whole completely different way because of the background, because things are traumatic and they want a better life for their child. But each parent have a different idea of how they want to parent the child. But the thing to make parenting great, okay, and this is just one example I'm using, is that you can respect your partner's or ex-partner's view, and that your partner can respect your view, and y'all can agree to like disagree on some things, but then like allow certain things to be brought to the forefront. For example, if you have like a very religious parent, like somebody who's brought up with a strong religious background, like going to church, learning the Bible, and you have a very spiritual parent, one that's more open to the metaphysics and what this earth is about from a different perspective. Okay, or it could be like, scientific people have scientific views. Both views or all views are acceptable. It's just a matter of how you present it to the child. You can't like say your view and then talk against the parent's view, okay, and vice versa. So you got to be open to both parent views. So if your child was to ask you which one is true, I don't know. It's up to you. It's what you're going to take from us, what we're instilling in you as parents. We got the strong religious background. It's just an example. And then we have the spiritual aspect of life, okay? And that inner knowingness and the higher self. You know what I'm saying? So you have those two different approaches that you're presenting to your kid, but if you both present it in a loving way, you're not disrespecting the other parent's perspective of it, things could turn out better, because now you're giving your child an even broader ideal of life. It's like the same thing as like a parent that can offer like travel, like you travel to different states and different countries. You know what I'm saying? You expand your child's horizon, or even like taking them on like to Disney World or SeaWorld. You know what I'm saying? You're making their view of life bigger and broader, so it makes their mind expand and they think bigger and they can do bigger things in life. It's that type of energy that I'm feeling. If this is in terms of a co-parent relationship, you have to like respect the other parent's point of view. And once you respect the other parent's point of view, you never talk negatively about the parent to the other parent. Then the parenting relationship, whether you're in a relationship or not, is a good relationship, and who's benefiting from this? The child. You're nourishing the child. But this same approach can apply to you. You know what I'm saying? Because all of us have an inner child, or our inner child that's like scared or fearful about doing something different, and you know, so they shy away from it. But you know what I'm saying, if you, as you explore things and expand your view and just try things, even if it feels a little uncomfortable, and push yourself past your limit just a little bit each time, you expand, you open up to something greater. You know what I'm saying? That's the energy that I'm feeling. So if it's not in terms of a child, it's in terms of working with your inner child to kind of nourish that inner child and make them feel safe and secure and loved. And then when somebody think about it, when somebody feels loved, they're more likely, like, loved and supported, okay? They're more likely to take a little bit, a calculated risk on this, because, okay, I know that I'm supported. I know that I got my people support me. It's like, as an adult, you feel good when your parents got your back. Your parents are supporting you from the background, saying, you're doing such great things, keep doing what you're doing, and it makes you want to do more. It's that same energy. They want you to nourish yourself like that too, okay? And it also could apply to an actual child in a situation in a co-parent relationship. So you take it as it resonates, okay? So what's testing this situation is, okay. So first off, I feel like what's testing it is that you have a lot of people looking at you, looking up to you, and you don't want to make the wrong decision. So you kind of hold back. You hold back your emotions, and I'm just going to be mature and I'm going to be level-headed about this. So you playing it safe, which is nothing wrong with that. That's more like that emperor energy, which is like the emperor is your sign, Aries. But they need more of the empress energy, where you're nurturing yourself or nurturing another situation or being supportive in a sense. That's what they need, okay? So you trying to be in control of how things are affected, it limits your expansion. You can't think bigger and broader, and you can't come out of your mindset, so you continue to juggle with things, which causes anxiety, because you go back and forth with the same thoughts about what I could do, what I should do, but you never actually putting a strategy in place or making a plan to move forward. And that's where the issue is, okay? So you may need encouragement from friends, or you may need encouragement from a parent or a partner to kind of help you. Like, ask people, say, what do you think about this? Like, throw an idea out. You know, I'm thinking about make it general idea of what you're doing, and then say, and what's your plan? Okay, I was thinking about this. Just kind of throw some things out and piggyback off somebody else other than you, so that they can help you expand. Okay, you understand what I'm saying? Because it's this energy where it feels like you're losing hope, or you're letting go of hope, which means you're not moving forward because you either have a fear of being rejected, or, you know, a fear of how people are going to view it, or being disappointed by a situation. Or maybe you have been disappointed in the past, and that's what's holding you back. But you can't stay in a Five of Cups energy where you're feeling like, oh, I lost on something, or I'm not getting what I want. But you will if you don't move forward with the Chariot. You have to balance your fear-based mindset with this expansion energy that wants to come to move you forward. The Chariot wants to move forward, but if you're juggling back and forth with ideas, these horses are not. This horse want to go backwards, and this horse want to go forward. The Chariot isn't going to go anywhere, is what Spirit is saying. So you got to get in line, get together in your thoughts, and maybe that means stepping outside of yourself and asking for advice from a relative, a friend, a family member, and not even advice, really just throw an idea out there and let them piggyback with you to kind of help you develop your train of thought or the plan of action that you need to take. That's what they're saying. Because right now you're just holding back your emotions, and you're trying to be level-headed because you fear that you might make the wrong choice, because you don't want that to affect how other people are seeing you, is what Spirit is saying. That makes sense? All right, so aspects of this energy, Aries. So in the past, when things didn't work out, that was the past. So first off, let the past be the past. Don't make decisions based on what happened wrong in the past. If anything, strategize on how to make the situation different. If you look at your past situation, look at what went wrong, and then write a plan on what could have been done differently. That's what they're saying, okay? So you reevaluate things. You always reevaluate. If something don't work out, don't look at it as a failure. Look at it, okay, that didn't work. Plan A didn't work. Plan B next. And then try that plan B. Plan B didn't work. Okay, let me tweak this a little bit. Let's go to plan C. It's like always tweaking it to make it better. Like, how can I make my channel better, for example, my YouTube channel, to get more subscribers? It's like a thing. So I'm looking at old videos, look at the videos that have more views, and what was it about those videos that made that appealing to people? And then I'm trying to tweak the channel to make it like that. is with anything in life. You know what I'm saying? That's how it is. You look at a situation, something that you feel like you're not doing well at, or that you're failing at, and how can I tweak this to make this better for me? Okay. And then they're saying, don't overexert yourself, because you got the Four of Swords here, because it makes you feel depleted, because you're overstressing your mind. But when you can rest for a minute and then get back to the drawing board, you're ready for the obstacles to present itself. Because if you're already tired and you're pushing past something that's hard to push past, it's just going to make you weaker and just more tired. Just take a break, get recentered, and then you can refocus on it with new eyes and more energy and passion and focus is there. Okay. Whew. Okay. They're also saying, what they're saying is, don't be solely motivated by one thing alone, or don't let your emotions, especially if they're negative emotions now, because it's fear or anxiety related to it, deter you from your dream or make you not focus on what it is that you're hoping to accomplish. Because that's when you're not rested and when you're not like nourishing yourself, like eating the right foods, drinking enough water, getting enough rest, it can make you feel like the situation is worse than what it is. Like, oh my God, this is a catastrophe, because you're really not taking care of you enough. You're not getting enough self-love. So if you're only motivated by how you're feeling in a moment, especially when you're in a highly stressful state, it can be to your detriment. You know what I'm saying? It can be like, it can harm you, because you're making decisions based in a rash state. You're not in the right state of mind, is what they're saying. So be careful with that, because it depletes your hope, is what Spirit is saying. So just reevaluate the process, rest, take a break. Sometimes like people write, you have writer's block, you get stuck, you can't keep pushing, take a break, go do something, get some experiences out in the world, expand your vision, your horizon, and then make things different, is what Spirit is saying. Okay. All right, so let's see the outcome based on the current energy for you, Aries. Again, if this resonates with you, please hit that thumbs up button to like my video, and subscribe if you're not currently subscribed, so you can receive regular content from me. Okay. All right. So what they're saying is, a lot of you are in like a lot of emotional pain, or you've been betrayed by somebody, or someone broke your trust, or you just kind of feel rejected or lost. That's like the energy that you're in. And as a result of this, you feel unbalanced. So the reason why you can't move past a certain point is because you're not rested enough, which in turn make you not balanced. You don't feel safe. It's something that you haven't recovered from. Maybe some of you was a traumatic situation. Okay. So in order to get balance, or to move past this rough patch, they need you to show more compassion towards yourself. Okay. They need you to explore all those emotions that's coming up, and they need you to analyze the situation. So now you're critiquing, you're analyzing the situation. What could have been done differently? Okay. We can always look at what somebody else could have done differently, because we kind of know how we want to be treated. But what could I have done differently to affect different changes? Sometimes in situation, let's say this is a relationship like that ended for you. Let's just make up a scenario. A relationship that ended for you, and you're looking at everything that went wrong. But right now, you're not really seeing your part in it. You're just seeing how somebody reacted to you, or how somebody treated you. So you're in that energy. So it's a negative energy. So it just makes you upset. So your emotions are there. So they're saying, sometimes look at how you could have handled the situation differently. Not saying you were right or wrong in the situation, but sometimes we allow things to happen because we keep expecting a change from somebody else. But if we don't change how we approach it, they're going to continue to do what they do. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost like people, if they can, because it's human nature, will take advantage of a situation every time. So it's that energy. So critique how you could handle it differently. Like in relationships, so if you feel like somebody was walking over you or talking over you or running over you, and then you allowed it, hoping that they would see how they were acting and change, and they didn't, and you're wondering why, and you're heartbroken. Well, maybe they felt like, why should I? If I can get my way with them, I'm gonna keep on doing this. That's like human nature. A lot of people are like that. So what could I have done differently? Well, I could have set boundaries. I could have said what I'm going to accept, what I'm not going to accept, and then, you know what I'm saying, laid it out there. When they did that thing again, I could have just pulled myself out of the situation. It's sometimes about standing up for ourselves, but we have to be true to our emotions. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, sometimes you can want something so much, or be motivated by something so much that it's to our detriment. So you can love somebody so hard that it's to your detriment. It negatively affects you, is what they're saying. So we always got to critique ourselves in a situation, and not let our fear and anxiety influence our decisions, or a fear about not having, fear about being lonely, fear like not being enough, fear like not being pretty enough. So it could be that energy. So maybe if you were in a relationship and somebody that you were in a relationship with, maybe you felt like you wasn't deserving of them. Maybe you felt like they were very handsome and very pretty, and maybe you didn't have these qualities, and that's why I'm gonna put up with this, because I don't want to lose them. It could be that, but Spirit is saying you need to love you for you. You know what I'm saying? For your curves, for whatever it is that you have. For, you may not be the exact size you want to be, whether you want to be bigger or smaller, you want to be curvier, you want to be muscular, you know what I'm saying, you want to be stronger. You might not have all those qualities, but if those qualities are making you feel insecure about you, you need to work on that. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't have the look that you want, maybe go to the gym and start exercising, but not doing it for the other person, doing it for you, so that you can love you more, and you're not putting yourself in situations where you're putting up with stuff because you feel like that's what you deserve. It's about putting work into yourself. It's about self-love, Aries. Okay, so this is a time where you guys are getting clarity and inspiration as you begin a new journey, because it is a new journey that's here. It's about focusing on you, about putting energy and love into yourself, making yourself handsome or beautiful according to your standards, doing what you have to do to make that happen. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. And it could be anything. Beauty routines. It could be exercise. It could be meditation. It could be like just whatever it is that you have to do, but you have to release the past. You can't keep going back and forth with something that hurts you and looking at yourself in a negative way, or comparing yourself or something like that. So they want you to see the potential in you, and they want you to work off this past energy that's not serving you. You know what I'm saying? That's over. You're starting a new cycle, is what Spirit is saying, okay? So let me know if this resonated. Hit the thumbs up button. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, light and love.